Welcome to Card of Destiny. I'm Pandora. If this video found you, it means it's meant for you to hear. This is a message for you. Today, we'll explore your relationship, how you and your partner see and feel about each other, the current dynamics, and what the future may hold. If you enjoy my readings, please subscribe and share. Your support means the world to me. Let's begin your reading. You, the person who is watching. Six of Discs reversed. Right now, you might be feeling like you've been pouring a lot of yourself into this relationship, without seeing the kind of reciprocation you deeply crave. The Six of Discs in its reversed form is a very clear signal that your sense of balance has been disrupted, particularly in terms of how much effort, emotional labor, or tangible care you've been giving versus how much you've been receiving. You may have started this connection with an open heart, possibly even stepping into the giver role naturally. Maybe you were the one who is consistently showing up, initiating conversations, doing the emotional heavy lifting, or nurturing the relationship in more practical ways. Whether that looked like planning dates, offering emotional support, or just holding space for the relationship when things got rocky, this card shows you were there with your whole heart. But now, there's a lingering sense that your generosity hasn't been met with the same energy. The reversed Six of Discs doesn't just suggest that you're being taken for granted. It whispers of emotional fatigue. It's like you're starting to question whether continuing to give in this way is sustainable. You might even be reaching a point where resentment is building, not because you don't love deeply, but because love, true, balanced love, requires flow in both directions. This card also speaks to worth and value. You might be struggling to feel valued or truly seen in this connection. It's like you've handed over your heart on a silver platter, but instead of your partner honoring it, they've hesitated, deflected, or perhaps even disappeared emotionally when you needed them most. And that hurts. It may have also triggered past insecurities around self-worth, especially if you've had other relationships where you felt like you had to overperform emotionally to be enough. This is an invitation to gently, but clearly, check in with your boundaries. Ask yourself, am I giving because it feels good and natural, or because I'm afraid that if I stop, the connection will fade? That question alone could open up a deep and healing revelation. Your partner, Prince of Swords reversed. There's a lot going on in your partner's mind, more than they're showing. When the Prince of Swords comes up reversed, it often indicates someone who is locked in their own mental universe. They're analyzing, overthinking, strategizing, but not necessarily communicating in a way that's grounded, kind, or consistent. This reversal is like a mental whirlwind. Your partner may appear detached, aloof, or even argumentative, not because they don't care, but because they're stuck in their head. There's an intensity here that's hard to pin down. One minute, they might seem excited and engaged, and the next, they're distant, or throwing intellectual curveballs that leave you feeling disoriented. You might find yourself wondering, do they even feel anything, or is it all just mental gymnastics? The truth is, this person could be experiencing emotional discomfort and using logic, detachment, or sarcasm as a way to defend themselves from vulnerability. The Prince of Swords reversed rarely shows up for someone who's emotionally available. Instead, it represents someone who feels safer controlling the narrative through words, debate, or avoidance, rather than getting emotionally honest. They may be struggling with trust, either in you, in themselves, or in love as a concept. And while they may have the intellectual tools to deconstruct their feelings, that doesn't mean they're actually processing them. This card suggests they're thinking about the relationship a lot more than they're feeling their way through it. So while you're there, seeking a heart-centered bond, they may be off on an internal monologue, trying to figure out the relationship rather than simply experience it. And that imbalance? It's what's been making you feel unseen. Current situation, Prince of Cups reversed. The heart of your current connection sits in this Prince of Cups reversed, a symbol of emotional confusion, illusion, and withholding. There's love here, or at least the potential for love. But it feels like it's been swimming in a fog, distorted by half-truths, unmet expectations, and a lack of clear emotional direction. In many ways, this card mirrors the energy of romantic idealism, where someone or both of you may have entered this bond projecting hopes, fantasies, or deeper desires onto the other. But over time, those projections have begun to crack, revealing more complex, flawed, and perhaps less emotionally available sides of each of you. This reversal can also indicate emotional inconsistency. Maybe your partner has been sending mixed signals, sometimes deeply affectionate and charming, then suddenly cold or withdrawn. Or perhaps you're the one questioning whether you can fully trust what's unfolding. There's a distinct sense of something doesn't add up, even if you can't quite place your finger on what it is. And let's talk about vulnerability, because the Prince of Cups reversed often shies away from true openness. It's the energy of someone who wants love but fears what happens when they actually let it in. There might be flirtation, emotional baiting, or symbolic gestures, but when it comes to emotional responsibility or deep commitment, someone is hesitating. This card asks you to look at the emotional contract in this relationship. What unspoken agreements have you both made? What illusions are still lingering? And are you holding on to the idea of who this person could be, rather than accepting who they are right now? It's a tender, complicated space, but it's one where truth can finally emerge, if you're willing to see things clearly. Possible outcome: the Hermit upright. The Hermit. This card might feel a little sobering, especially in relationship reading, but it also brings incredible wisdom and spiritual clarity. The Hermit upright suggests that the path forward, at least in the near future, involves turning inward. There's a deep need for solitude, reflection, and personal truth. Not avoidance, not emotional shutdown, but a sacred pause, a step back from the emotional push-pull in order to hear your own inner voice again. You may find yourself craving space, not because you don't care, but because you finally recognize that your needs, values, and energy deserve a more peaceful environment. This doesn't necessarily mean a breakup, but it does mean that some distance, emotional or literal, is needed to get back in touch with your center. For some, this card may point toward a period of separation or emotional withdrawal, especially if your partner continues to deflect or resist honest emotional engagement. For others, the Hermit could be you choosing yourself first, setting boundaries, or stepping back to evaluate whether this connection truly aligns with your soul. What's beautiful about this card is its wisdom. You're not reacting from pain or chaos, you're responding from self-awareness. You're walking away to yourself, not from them. And that distinction is everything. This card also suggests that clarity is on the horizon. The Hermit carries the lantern of truth, and as you step away from the noise of this relationship, the fog will lift. You'll begin to understand your patterns, your worth, and what you need from a partner who meets you in a more reciprocal, emotionally grounded way. Extra message: Knight of Cups upright. This card is your spiritual reassurance. Despite all the confusion, the emotional roller coasters, and the questions swirling in your heart, love is still possible. Not just any love, real, soul-nourishing, romantic, vulnerable love. The Knight of Cups arrives here as a beacon. It says, don't give up on love just because this connection hasn't delivered what you hoped. Whether this message is about your current partner stepping up in a new way, or about a future love who is more aligned with your heart's truth, the energy is clear. Your emotional depth will be met. This card also asks you to reconnect with your own romantic spirit. Don't let someone else's inconsistency dull your ability to dream, to feel, and to desire real intimacy. Protect your heart, yes, but don't close it. There may be a new offer of love on the horizon, or a surprising shift in energy that brings new clarity. Stay open, not to fantasy, but to the possibility that love can and will find you, in a more emotionally mature and fulfilling form. Conclusion. This reading paints a picture of a deeply emotional and spiritual journey, one where you've been called to reevaluate how much of yourself you give, and what kind of emotional return you truly deserve. You, the person who is watching, have been operating from a place of generosity, but also imbalance. Your partner, while mentally active, is emotionally unavailable and unclear, creating a disconnect that's left you yearning for more depth and reliability. The current dynamic is confusing and clouded by half-formed emotions or hidden fears. And yet the future, guided by the Hermit, offers clarity, if you are willing to prioritize your own soul's wisdom over the longing for immediate resolution. The Hermit invites you to pause, reflect, and reclaim your power. You are not lost. You are being guided back to yourself. And with the Knight of Cups whispering in your ear, know this: love is not done with you yet. In fact, something far more emotionally aligned could be just around the bend. Whether that path includes this partner or not, the most important step right now is honoring your own heart. Let that be your compass. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this message brought you the clarity you needed. If you enjoyed it, please support my channel. Good luck on your journey.